So I see that people are rolling in, so I'm gonna kick off. People can catch up. So first of all, I do want to spend a bit of time telling you guys a bit more about Toasty. So Toasty is quite different from the other virtual events and conference platform out there. We're not really designed for webinars and conference. We're more designed for smaller scale kind of sessions where maybe you can have your team together. Maybe you can have a workshop together. Maybe you can have the community events together. So our limit is actually 50 people or below because we focus so much on the engagement. And when you have a lot of people, it becomes a conference. But we really want to have that facilitated experience. So I'm gonna share my screen right now. So if you have any questions, I want to make it interactive. So just put it on the chat box and I'll try to kind of answer it right away instead of waiting till the end. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen now. Let's see how I can do that. It's over here. Okay, I hope all of you can see it. So this is the Toasty website, toasty.ai. Once you land here, you'll be able to kick off, like sign up for an account on free trial. But let's not do it now because you're gonna get a referral code from me if you put in for the form. So if you sign up now, you don't get 60 days. Okay, thank you for your tips, Dushan. So once you log in, this is the interface that you would see. It's like a page where you can create different sessions. And you can create your first session, and I'm just gonna jump in here pretending I created a new one right now. And here is kind of your configuration page because Toasty is designed around engagement. So we really give you the flexibility in terms of designing your activities that you want your audience to engage. They can do it in the main room, they can do it in the breakout room. It's up to you to decide. But let's not worry too much about the setup because I wanted you to see the real experience. And if you like it, you can always go back to the admin panel yourself. So to host a session, you click this Start Session button. Okay, I'm gonna do that. So this is the host interface. Let me just turn this off. Okay, this is the host interface. And it's very special because there's a remote control on the right to make sure that you can kind of facilitate your session. And let me also join as a participant. So if you click here, you'll get the link to send it to your audience, and they can just join on the web browser on Chrome. There's nothing to download, it's all web-based. Okay, and I'm just loading up the camera. Okay, all good. So here, you can see, I didn't turn on my camera because I don't want to kind of make my computer slow. I have so many things open. But you can see here, I have the host, I have Kevon as a participant. So I have two people in the room. And this is kind of the main room experience. And if you have like 30 people, 40 people, they can hang out in here. And there's a screen sharing function where if you're a host, you can come over here and enable it for individuals. So it's very easy to do any kind of presentation, or like you can go around the room to share a little bit from each person. That's okay as well. But the key here, maybe I can go through each of the buttons here. You can, of course, again, invite your participant. You can manage them. You can remove them. You can switch them to another group, which I'm going to talk about soon. But the key here I want you to focus is really the breakout rooms and the activity, because that's the core of Toasty, and that's what that's what is different from the other platform. So when you have all the people in here and you want to kick off some activity to guide them through the experience, you can actually do so by our icebreaker questions. So let me just kick it off. So I'm gonna click Start Now. And let me go back to the participant screen. So what they're able to see is some questions that the host actually designed, and you can answer them right away. So what's your view on remote work after COVID-19? I think companies will adopt remote working. And as every participant is doing this, there are results shown on the page. So it's a very engaging way to get everyone on the same page. Usually this is done in the beginning of your session. So I'm just going to randomly choose the answer here. But you can see as everyone choose the answer, we actually speed up the clock as well. But you can see the whole experience is very facilitated with like timer. Yeah. And then you can customize how many questions you want. You can customize all the icebreaker questions that form people into groups. It's up to you how you want to do it. And right now, what we're doing is actually using the icebreaker answers to put people into groups. So it could be very dynamic. Think about like if you want to group different team members from different offices, you can ask a question and say, are you from New York office? Are you from Cape Town office? Are you from London office? And you can choose, I want these people to split up. And then the Toasty algorithm will actually help you do that. So the grouping is super dynamic, depends how you set the questions. I think we have a question here. Do you have to use the various activities? Okay, you actually don't have to use all the activities. It's there for you to kind of grab and use it. But if you don't want to, if you only want to use one, you can go ahead and just use one. Okay, so now back to here. Right now is after the icebreaker questions, which automatically put people into groups. But we're actually launching a new way today where you can manually assign people to groups. So this is the cool part. So now I can actually start the first activity. And Toasty is going to warn you and say, hey, but you have to send them into your breakout rooms before you do that. So, okay, fine, let's do that. So once you click that, everyone will see this kind of buffer message and say, oh, you are going into the breakout room in like 5 seconds. So let's just wait a bit. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to answer Felix's question. And you're right. So we're using Jitsi. And for those that might have some questions about security, Jitsi is an open source, very encrypted platform. So everyone can see the code, so there's nothing hidden. And so it's very secure. So you can trust that they're not going to listen to your conversation. So good question, Felix. So now let's come back to here. We just sent everyone into groups, and that's why you can see this toggle being open. And I'm the only one I'm the only one left in the main room, quite lonely. But everyone else is in their own group. And now you can kick off the first activity. And I really want to spend time to share a bit more about this activity because that's where the engagement happened. And if you ask me why I developed Toasty, it's because I have been observing how people kind of enjoy their workshop or events. And the best experience always come from a very facilitated way, and it's very guided as well. So that's how Toasty is. So let me start it. And back to this participant page, I'm starting an activity called conversation card. So let's imagine I'm in a breakout room with like 4 people, okay? Including me, 4 people. And I have 1 minute and I can flip over a card and say, who are you thankful for? And I have the remaining 40 seconds to kind of share my views. So this looks really simple, but actually we have to understand the human psychology behind it. When you're at a virtual meeting or event or workshop, it's really hard to get people to talk. Usually only a few people talk. But with this conversation card, every breakout group is doing it at the same time, and everyone has one chance to pick a card and given 1 minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. So you make sure that everyone is engaged. There's no way you can just do a presentation and think that people are engaged. You have to actively get them involved. So now my time is up and the next person will go. And the most powerful thing is that you can customize the card. So it doesn't have to be fun icebreaker. It doesn't have to be personal reflection card like this, but you can ask them things that are related to the topic to keep them on track. Okay, so let me end this activity and let me just quickly go through the next two and then I'll answer some questions. So the next one, because I see that I'm running out of time, the next one is called Who Said That? It's actually a pretty fun guessing game. So every participant, they would see a question on their right. What is one word to describe yourself? And I'm gonna be like, okay, this is not me, but I'm just typing random stuff. Random, okay, that's my answer to this question. And let's say 4 people in my breakout rooms, everyone will answer at the same time, and we don't know who said what, but Toasty is gonna present the answer one by one, and we have to guess who actually said what. So that's the fun part. Yes, so let's see. Akiko, conversation card, yes. Can you make your own question? Yes. You can type in Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, whatever you want. The UI is in English, but the content that you type in can be any language. So you can see here, Toasty is going to present the answer, and then you have to guess, okay, is it Kevon? Is it Blake? Is it Akiko? Is it Felix? Then when you're guessing, you're learning a lot about each other, and that's the fun part. So because time is running out, let me just end this and show you the last activity that we currently provide, but we're adding much more every single week. This one is like a topic that you can throw to all the groups, and they can collaborate, and they can say, they can type in their answer, whatever, right now. And as a host, you'll be able to see, oh, group 1 has submitted their ideas, group 2 has submitted. And what you can do is quickly bring everyone back to the main room and say, interesting, every group has worked together. Let me bring them back and let's have a big discussion, and maybe group 2 can share a little bit more. So now back to the participant screen, they can also see the answer from the other groups. So right now, you can see that you have to pre-plan the activities and you have to go through it one by one. But actually, in the next few weeks, we're making it flexible. So let's say you're running a community event or meeting, and you suddenly say, oh, let's do a round of conversation card around, let's share our mental health situation. And you can just grab it and use it right away with everyone live. So that's the really fun part. And of course, we have chat, we have like Q&A. Chat is for main room and breakout room. Q&A is anonymous, so these are all the basic functions. And I do have a few more things to say about Toasty. We support multiple hosts, so the host can actually hop into different rooms. So it makes it very fun to check out how they're doing. And you can actually run your whole meeting or mini event or workshop on Toasty. And yeah, we're adding a lot more templates right now so that you can just grab and use without designing it yourself. Yeah, any more questions? I think Dushan has a question. Are these questions predefined or is it possible to modify? Yes, so we have a lot of templates for you to choose and grab and go. But if you have a very special need, you can actually customize it. So all the activities are customizable. So depends how you design it. People will have a very different kind of experience. So let me paste in the message once again. Make sure you fill in the form to get the referral code. If you want to contact me, you can email me or visit our website. Thank you so much for your time. I really think this is quite fun. 15 minutes is actually just enough time. Maybe I'm speaking too fast, but yeah, let's keep in touch again. Thank you.